everyone. Thanks again, once again, for tuning in to Porch Talk. We are live today. Of course, there's no pre-records. I'm getting the hang of this live thing. How you guys like it? Thumbs up? Okay. So we're going to be talking about T.I. Boycotting the NFL, the Basketball Wives drama, and someone tried to break into the game's house, and he had a little message for him. So, anywho, T.I. is confirmed to Janelle Hill that he will be boycotting the next season. The reason being because of the policy which requires the players to kneel for the anthem or stay in their locker rooms. They can't, they have an issue with that. And there's a reason behind that. So he says, I think there's a violation of constitutional rights being implemented to minority players who choose to have a peaceful, silent protest. It's really like you want us to shut up and take what we got coming to us in our communities, and that's just not acceptable. And if that's what you think about us, why should we really spend our money and show our extreme support of your corporation? One, I have to say, despite what people think about T.I. and his personal business, I don't think that fucking matters, and I don't know why people care, because whatever him and Tiny got going on in their bedroom, or what they don't have going on, or who they add or subtract, or what difference does it make, it doesn't matter. I think that T.I. I think that T.I. is really, I really like T.I. I really do, because he is so versatile, and he's very passionate about the rights and being treated, and blacks being treated fairly. And we need somebody like that. I mean, I'm just really proud of him. And if I was Tiny, I'd stay with that motherfucker too, because it's about the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, they got that bag. What they even fuck about the rest of that shit for?
Because he's publicly disrespectful.
Yeah, but they be swinging though.
But that's public disrespect.
They be swinging.
Especially if you come out and act like you ain't know what happened.
What you talking about? Oh, you talking about that recent thing?
It's happened.
But then somebody said it wasn't her. So it wasn't him. So which one was it? Was it him or wasn't it him?
I mean, but wasn't it him in the video?
Was it me?
I don't know. Maybe
you
they
didn't catch me in the shower. It wasn't me. I don't know. But big ups. I honestly think, period, NBA, NFL, and every sport that uses the majority of black players, they should boycott across the board. I think it should really be a unanimous thing. Let's make a statement. Even just for a week. It doesn't have to be the whole season, but just the major players boycott. Say we're not doing it because we need to be respected. The lives of black people are being taken, rights, all kind of stuff. Just for it all. For a week. That's my opinion. Moving forward, Basketball Wives. So you see Basketball Wives and Jen and Tammy's going back and forth about who said that Evelyn slept with Shawnee's ex. Now, we don't know who the ex is. We know who she was with, Shaq, but I think it has something to do with that trainer or whoever she was with. Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with Shaq. That's my opinion, but they said the name and they bleeped it out, so we don't know who it is. I personally don't think Evelyn did the shit. I think she said on my kids, on my sons, so she don't play about the kids. I think that Tammy, as much as I love Tammy, I love Evelyn as too. They're both my favorites of the show. I think that Tammy was being messy. I mean, she said she was being messy, didn't she? When
she said, I'm not trying to be messy.
Oh, I think
I'm being messy.
Yeah, you being messy as fuck. And here it is a whole year later, as Evelyn said, and you ain't said shit.
Yeah, that's why I really don't think that. I think that if Tammy or Jen really thought that, if they really heard that on the street or something, and they thought it to be true, they would have said something then. I mean, if not, then this only really goes to show us, if not, that this shit is just really for TV, because I would disown you as my friend. If you know that someone is my friend, I'm going around going to bat for this person and everything, and then a year ago, she fucked my nigga. I'm speechless, because I just can't believe that Evelyn would do that to Shawnee, or that if that's the truth, that Jen or Tammy wouldn't tell her. Even if it had to come out on the show now, if it was something like, oh, okay, well, it's going to be some good tea for the story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we not going to say it, but to say it like so I'm just hoping that, maybe Shawnee do know, and then she just wanted to ask Shock for the show, or what, because even when she brought it to her and was like, oh, this rumor is coming out, I ain't seen that shit on the Shade Room, on TMZ, on nothing. And it's been shot probably months ago. So,
well, there was a fan that said, like, basically they thought it might be for the show. And Shawnee basically was like, absolutely not. This was one of the hardest seasons for us to film. Now, could she have just said that because it is her show, she has a vested interest to make it continuously appear like it's reality? Possibly. I don't know. I don't know either way.
I could see where she would say it's difficult though, seeing as though Jackie wasn't getting really along with Evelyn and all of the stuff with Tammy. So behind the scenes, because you know it takes a lot for them to probably get everybody in the same room. Um, Especially seeing as though what baby girl has said, they not friends. So it's like I I don't know. Like I just thought that that whole come together thing was some bullshit. You know, because if you really felt like this about me, you could have been told me, or your feelings about me is not gonna like come across like that. Like that's why I do commend Evelyn, because when she do get in the room with all of them, she's not going off the deep end. It's like they're ghosts almost. Like I'm a come because this is my job, or
Yeah, it is very strange. For the
yeah, because she don't
No,
interact
Evelyn be
with them
looking the
like
whole
that. Like
time
like they dumb as fuck, right? And then it's like y'all poking the bear.
Yeah.
So I would believe her when she said that this is a hard season of film, even if that was just for the show. That's still deep. You know what I'm saying? Like these, I don't know. That's why it's a fine line between reality TV, because that just goes back to the Rashida and Kurt shit. You know, some of it has to be true, and then they exaggerate it for whatever. But that I just feel like you're being messy, and you too old for that shit. And what's her little nigga name? That little nigga Reggie. Reggie should have told her like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, wait, nah, because at the very end of the day, you gonna look like Jocelyn Hernandez in a minute, and nobody's gonna want to work with you because you full of shit, and then you starting shit with the wrong people. This is your boss. Like, this is the person who brought you back because you needed the check.
And that's what makes people think like this shit has got to be for TV because it defies logic. You know what I'm saying? And plus, Reggie, he probably like get that bag. What does he do?
Yeah, because he ain't getting. I've been waiting for an episode where they say that Reggie came from work, or he at work, or he looking for a job. Because I think that Reggie, what he does is Tammy's boyfriend. I think that's what he does. He's a great boyfriend. He's a great support to her.
At the end of the
Maybe
day,
he's gonna become her manager like Hindu did.
maybe, and then divorce and take her all she got.
Oh,
My thing is, at the end of the day, I like Tammy again. I like Evelyn. But one thing, just because you like somebody don't mean you condone everything they do. And that shit was a little sketchy. And I don't know what role, role Jen has in this. Um, People do talk shit when they fall out with motherfuckers. That's not nothing new. But I don't know. We'll see next week. Oh, and then speaking of next week, so now Tammy's going to try to downplay Evelyn's domestic violence. Like, basically coming from her saying, y'all was fighting all the time and you lied on Chad. She lied on Chad? So would she bust her own fucking head? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this about? And then really that was a bad move, and it's going to be a bad move as we watch it next week because now you're minimizing
Her
domestic
issue.
violence.
And people who's in that situation is gonna look at her differently because you're excusing it. So now Chad should have hit you in the head because you hit him. Yeah, I think that that's really foul. I think that that is really, really foul because if she was in that situation, for one, I've never been beat on. You know what I'm saying? Thank God. I do know what like mental, was it verbal abuse or some shit? Okay, so verbal abuse or whatever can be crazy. So it's like even having to deal with that, I can only imagine her having to sit there on camera and relive that after all these years. Now she done moved on, had a whole nother nigga, got a kid, and now you want to be reliving something, talking about whatever happened. Even if they were fighting, it never got to the point where now she has a bruise because nobody knew that.
Right.
So the issue come out, and that was years ago, and even Chad has apologized publicly, and even Chad had accepted his fault and his wrong in it, and now you want to be talking about they was fighting all along. Like, I really feel like Tammy wants to stay relevant off of Evelyn. You want to keep talking about this husband that you had that she was fucking with, that nobody even knew y'all was together. He didn't even know they were still married. Shit. Then you want to be on here. You want her to be your friend. We're going to be friends. Stop selling these non-factor ass t-shirts. And she trying to be cool with you, but then you want to keep this up. Like, it's totally different because you see how Jackie yesterday was like, I really genuinely liked you before all of this happened and I want us to move forward. That's somebody I feel like is genuinely trying because every time she get around Evelyn, no matter how crazy we think Jackie is or whatever, she always does try to be the bigger person. I think, once you really do fuck with a person's kids or whatever, they just be like, it is what it is. And maybe one day they can come together like Candy just recently started being cool with Portia. You never know. Shit'll happen. But I think that Tammy is using this situation with Evelyn to really kind of stay, relevant. And it's unfortunate because you not only did you now you talking about Evelyn, now you bringing in a whole group of people who probably gonna beat your ass when they see you.
And then what make it really bad is that Ocho Cinco's child came forward and said like she was an inspiration to her to know her worth, to know when to leave. So if his own child coming forward saying this, like I really respect Evelyn, I respect the fact that she came, was in my life and still is and blah blah blah. Now you really looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
because
that was
she's still in his kid's life.
Right.
Yeah.
So I kind of think that she was just really caught up in the moment of filming, and it went bad. But yeah, moving forward, over the BET festivities this past Saturday, 3 men tried to break into the game's home. Um, they go and they're looking around, trying to observe the area. They realized there was cameras and he's got 2 rats over there. So they decided to walk away and they covered their faces. Meanwhile, the fucking neighbors have cameras as well and caught them. Not only them, but they caught their license plate. So this is what Game has to say about this. BET weekend is over and I'll be home waiting. So please come back tonight so I can put all 3 of you niggas in caskets for even thinking I'm the nigga that's gonna let you violate my home and leave breathing. A place where my children lay their heads at night. You will never be disrespected on my watch. If and when you come back, I'm killing all 3 of you niggas on sight.
That was all caps.
So if you want to lose your life over some Xboxes, a few TVs, by all means pull up and hop the gate again. Me and Draco will be waiting. Sincerely, the game. Now, this man...
So now Draco is his gun or is that a person?
I don't know. But what I do know is he said this shit. This is forever. Once you put shit on the web, it's forever. So he was serious about this shit.
And the fact that he's on probation or parole or some shit like that, like that's a violation. So he really had to be serious. Like, you niggas, I'm going to lose my freedom.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to beat your ass.
But if you come on his property, that's trespassing. And I mean, he has the right to shoot your ass. Yeah. I would shoot you and drag you in the house and then call the police.
No, let them ride. Well, let's get to him.
Yeah. Go crazy on this stupid ass. Well,
that's crazy though, because then the game, was it the game or didn't he just get arrested? He was busted with that weed and then got out and went to BET weekend.
That wasn't Jim Jones?
Oh, Jim Jones. That they look just alike.
Okay.
Because I'm
now
about
you
to
sound
say,
like white people. All niggas look alike.
No, they do kind of look alike because they got that. Because the game
is handsome. Jim Jones
but
looking like.
Because I'm looking at him with that beard, look, it be looking kind of. It don't be all tame.
Jim Jones looking like he about. Me and Whitney are out. Bye.